Thanks very much, Bronwyn. Well, the Independent Communications Authority of South Africa has given role players until Friday to hand in their final submissions with regards to the next round of interconnect fee cuts and, of course, new regulations that have hit the industry. We know that MTN and, of course, Vodacom cuts their termination rates or their interconnect fee rates from R1.25 to 89 cents from the 1st of March this year. And, of course, the second round of cuts are imminent. Joining me at the JSC is Fungai Sibanda. He's a councillor at ICASA. Fungai, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Let's start off with the fact that we saw public hearings last week, and we know that the industry is now faced with interconnect fee cuts ranging to around 69 cents at this point, so from 89 cents to 69 cents. And at this point in time, we know that ICASA will have around 5 weeks to look at the final submissions, which are due on Friday.
Yes, that's correct. We had our public hearings from Monday to Wednesday last week. I must say that the operators were very open to our proposal to reduce the termination rates further from 89 cents to 65 cents. However, there are questions on when should the next rate cut be and what should happen to the proposed glide path. You will recall that we had proposed that the interconnection fees should be reduced over a period of 3 years, starting from July 2010. However, because of the extension in terms of the that we gave to the operators to make their submissions, we couldn't meet that 1 July deadline. But there are questions on whether that 3 years is enough or not, because operators really want to have a soft landing.
So you're talking about a longer time frame, so longer than 3 years?
Well, obviously they would want a longer time frame because they see our proposal as a rapid decline, and that will affect their business models. So one of the proposals that they have is that we should actually increase the glide path period.
Well, it's interesting because MTN and Vodacom have put together a proposal, and it involves some kind of blended interconnection rate of around 78 cents. That's on the table. How has that been taken up by ICASA?
Well, look, our proposal really is that there should be one rate. You know, we should actually do away with this distinction between peak and off-peak rates, you know, and that we should have one rate of 65 cents to start off with. But as you say, they have made that proposal. We are going to look at their submissions. We have given them until Friday this week to make additional submissions or to give us additional information. Because, for instance, one of the issues that was disputed is how we actually came to the 65 cents. And they say that we used outdated information, and we say to them, well, give us the updated information.
Fungai, what about the fact that a lot of industry players are saying that it's just going to be passed on to the consumer? How does ICASA view this? And clearly, at the end of the day, if they do start passing off these cuts to the consumer in some form or other, how is ICASA going to do this? What step are you going to take?
Well, the reduction in interconnection rates is supposed to work in two ways. The first is we are expecting an effect at the wholesale level where it's going to promote access or promote entry by new players. It's going to stimulate competition at that level. But secondly, we're expecting this rate reduction to also have an impact at the retail level. Obviously, we are doing this for the consumer, and if there is no effect at the retail level, then it points to a dysfunctional market or ineffective competition at that level, and it's really our responsibility to look at that retail level as well and see what we can do.
Well, some say that we have to look at those retail prices if we're going to be competitive. In South Africa, we know that the cell phone charges that we experience here far higher than our global counterparts. We're talking about a soft landing for these companies, but at the end of the day, we also need a soft landing for consumers in South Africa, Fungai.
Most definitely, and that's the role that the regulator has to play, you know, to try and balance the interest of the operators as well as the interest of the consumers. The glide path is actually a compromise position because consumers want to see an immediate reduction, you know, but operators agree that yes, indeed, the way forward is for these rates to come down, but you have to look at what this is going to do to our business models, to our profitability, to the employment situation. So as a regulator, you have to take all those issues into account and try to strike a balance, and that is what we are doing currently.
Fungai, thank you very much for your time today. It's been a pleasure having you on. That was Fungai Sibanda. He's a councillor at ICASA.